Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learn with Dr. Khizr. This is the part 23rd video of this series, Income from Capital Gains. Today we are going to solve one more problem related to income from capital gains. This problem was asked in the previous question papers 2010 and it is modified with the dates. The problem states that Mr. Anish sold some of his properties during the year 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019, which is given as under. Means that Anish is the assessee here in our problem. He has sold some of our properties during the previous year 2018-19, because our previous year starts from 1st April 2018 ends with 31st March 2019. So during this period he has sold various properties. Here they have given in detail. So first property he sold is jewelry, costing rupees 1,60,000, was sold for rupees 3 lakhs in May 2018. So in May 2018 he has sold jewelry for rupees 3 lakh. He purchased this jewelry for 1,60,000 in the year 2018 April. Means April he purchased, May he has sold. Within 1 month he has sold the jewelry. Then second is a residential house at Bangalore which was inherited by him in 1974. So he's having now a residential house property which he was inherited by him in 1974. He sold this property on 31st October 2018 for rupees 38 lakhs. Fair market value of the same property as on 1st April 2001 was 2 lakhs. Cost of improvement made during the year 9-10 was 50,000. Expense on transfer was 50,000. Then the third thing he sold is household furniture, costing rupees 28,000 in 2001, which sold in March 2019 for rupees 52,000. Fourth property he sold is machinery, whose return on value on 1st April 2018 was 76,000 and it was sold on 1st December 2018 for rupees 90,000. Then the last property he sold is self-cultivated land, which was acquired compulsorily under law for rupees 14 lakhs on 1st January 2019, and its cost in 2003-04 was 1,30,800. So these are the 5 properties given. So, and they are asking us to compute his total capital gains, giving the cost inflation index for various years which are required in the problem. Okay, so this is the problem which they have given. 5 different properties they have given. One is your jewelry, one second property is house property, third is household furniture, and fourth is machinery, and fifth is self-cultivated land. These are the 5 properties. So individually, separately we will do the problem and we are going to solve this individually. So first we will take for jewelry. Jewelry costing 1,60,000 was sold for rupees 3 lakhs in May 2018. It was acquired in April 2018. So if you see jewelry, it is given for a very short period of time. Purchased in April, sold in May, same year, right? So it is short-term property. So before that, we will just basic things we will discuss. That is, assessee is Mr. Anish. Status is assumed to be resident. Previous year 2018-19 and assessment year 2019-20. First asset given is jewelry. So it was purchased in 2018 April and it was sold in 2018 May. So this is the thing. So we can easily declare that it is a short-term capital asset. So following the format of short-term capital gains. So here is the format. Gross sale consideration. The jewelry was sold for 3 lakh as we saw in the problem. There is no any information given on the commission part or transfer expenses. So realization expenses will be nil. So if you minus these two, you will get the same answer. That is your net sale consideration minus, because this is a short-term capital asset, we are going to do cost of acquisition. We are not going to do indexing here. So the jewelry was acquired in April 2018 for rupees 1,60,000. So this is your cost of acquisition. Cost of improvement is nil. So to arrive at gross capital gain, you will minus net sale consideration with cost of acquisition and cost of improvement. So 3 lakhs minus 1,60,000, if you do, you will get 1,40,000. That is your gross capital gain, right? Minus exemption. He has not purchased any properties here, so exemptions will not be there, so it will be nil. Okay, so if you minus exemptions with gross capital gain, you will get the net taxable short-term capital gain. Same answer, 1,40,000. Hope this is very simple and it is clear to you people. Then the second property he has purchased is residential house property, right? At Bangalore, he was he got this property as a by will, okay, because it was inherited by him, okay, in 1974. Sold was in 2018. Okay, residential property is a other asset, so 3 years is the criteria. So 1974 to 2018 is more than 3 years he had the property with him, so it is long-term capital asset. So residential property, long-term capital asset. Okay, the dates are given, so we will follow the format of long-term capital asset here. Gross sale consideration, the property was sold for rupees 38 lakhs, right? So write that 38 lakh minus realization expenses. We have expenses on transfer given here, 50,000, right? So this 50,000 rupees is your realization expense. If you minus this two, you will get the net sale consideration, that is 38 lakhs minus 50,000 will be 37 lakhs 50,000. This is your net sale consideration. Because this is a long-term capital asset, we will follow the indexing of cost of acquisition. Formula for indexing is cost of acquisition divided by year of acquisition CII and multiplied by CII of previous year. So cost of acquisition of this property is not given, but here we have the fair market value. So as on 1st April 2001 was 2 lakh rupees. So write 2 lakhs divided by CII for the year 2001 is 100 multiplied by CII for the year 2018-19, that is our previous year, is 280. If you substitute this, you will get 5,60,000. Similar way, we will do index cost of improvement, because there is improvement cost given in the problem, we will do. And improvement cost is after 2001, so we have to consider. If you remember, in the previous videos, we have seen and learned that if we have cost of improvement before 2001, we are going to ignore. But here the cost of improvement is made during the year 2009-10. So we will consider this, because the asset is long-term capital asset, we will do indexing of this. So formula is cost of improvement divided by CII, that is cost inflation index of year of improvement, multiplied by cost inflation index in the year the asset was sold, or in the year of our previous year, you can consider. So here cost of improvement is 50,000, as it is given in the question, it is cost 50,000 divided by 2009-10, they have made the improvement. So cost inflation index for 2009-10 is 148, right? And our previous year cost inflation index is 280. So if you substitute this, okay, you will get 94,595 rupees. Then to arrive at gross capital gain, you should minus net sale consideration with the index cost of acquisition and index cost of improvement. You will arrive at gross capital gain. 37,50,000 minus 5,60,000 minus 94,595. So you will get an answer of 30,95,405. No information is given on exemption, so you will get final answer of taxable long-term capital gain 30,95,405. This was also very simple, no more adjustments in this. Then the third asset they have given is household furniture, which was costing rupees 28,000 in 2000 and 2001, which was sold in March 2019 for 52,000. Household furniture is not will not be considered in capital gains because it's a personal asset. So here what we will do is we will write as exempt, or you can write as not to be calculated, okay, because it's personal, household it is, right? So this will not be considered, okay. If you are not aware of the rules, okay, kindly watch my starting videos of this series. I think video number 2 and 3, if you watch, you will clearly understand, okay. Then the fourth asset given is machinery. Machinery, they have told written down value, WDV is nothing but written down value is 76,000 on 1st April 2018. That is our starting of previous year, and it was sold in December 2018 for 90,000. If you remember, whenever the written down value is given, that asset will be considered in the category of depreciable asset. We have 3 types of assets, right? Financial assets, then we have depreciable assets and other assets. So this comes under depreciable asset. Depreciable assets will be always short-term capital asset. So we will follow the rules of short-term capital asset to calculate. Gross sale consideration. The asset was sold for 90,000 rupees and it was purchased for 76,000. Remember this two days. So 90,000, there is no realization expense in this. So you will get net sale consideration 90,000 because this is a short-term capital asset. So directly we will do cost of acquisition. We are not going to do indexing. So 76,000 is the written down value of the asset. That itself is considered as cost of acquisition here. There is no information on improvement cost. So you will get gross capital gain 90,000 minus 76,000, 14,000. That is net sale consideration minus cost of acquisition minus cost of improvement. You will get the gross capital gain. There is no information on exemptions also. So your answer will remain as it is. That is 14,000 rupees. That is your taxable short-term capital gain, right? Then the next asset is self-cultivated land was compulsorily acquired under law for 14 lakhs in 2019 January, and it cost was 1,30,800 in 2003-4, right? So self-cultivated land is a other asset. The other asset rule says that minimum 3 years he should hold to consider as long term, and if it is less than 3 years it will be short term capital gain. Here the asset was purchased, or the information is given, that is fair market value, or the information whatever they have given, it is given as on 1st April 2001, right? Sorry, it is given for 2003-4 as 1,30,000, correct? Yeah, it is given for 2003-4 as 1,30,800. Yeah, 1,30,800. Here I have written this wrong. So it is for 2000. How much? 3 and 4. 2003-4 they are given the information, and it was sold on 1st January 2019 it is. Yeah. So this is long term in nature because for more than 3 years the assessee is holding the asset. Long term capital asset format is applicable here. So gross sale consideration is 14 lakhs because the asset was acquired compulsorily by the government under the law for 14 lakh. This will be considered as gross sale consideration. There is no information on realization expense. Net sale consideration will remain 14 lakhs as it is. Minus, because this is long term capital asset, so index cost of acquisition we are going to do. So what is the cost given here? Indexed cost of acquisition. Formula is cost of acquisition divided by fair market, index cost of acquisition equals cost of acquisition divided by cost inflation index of the year of acquisition multiplied by cost inflation index of the year of sale of asset. So here let us see what is the cost inflation index. Here itself I am going to do no working here. Okay, so for what value the asset was purchased, the value is given for 2003-4 as 1,30,800 and the cost inflation index for 2003-4 is given as 109. So 130,800 is the cost. 1,30,800 divided by 109, because for 2003-4 the cost inflation index is 109, multiplied by, in the year 2019 it was sold in January, so cost inflation index in the year 2018-19 is 280. So if you substitute, you will get answer of 3,36,000 rupees. So let us just cross verify. I have not done the working here. 1,30,800 divided by 109 multiplied by 280. Yes, it is 3,36,000. Okay, it is the indexed cost of improvement. Then indexed cost of, it is indexed cost of acquisition. Indexed cost of improvement is not given in the question, so this will remain nil. Okay, now to arrive at gross capital gain, you will minus net sale consideration with these values. So net sale consideration is 14 lakhs minus indexed cost of acquisition is 3,36,000 minus indexed cost of improvement is 0. So if you minus this, you will get 10,64,000. This is your gross capital gain. Okay, exemptions, no information is given on any purchases, so exemptions will not be applicable here. It is nil. Okay, so the answer will be same, 10,64,000. This is your taxable long-term capital gain. Right, now let us calculate the overall, because of all 5 assets. Okay, so if you total up all the 5 assets, then you will get an answer of 43,13,405. That is short-term capital gain, jewelry we got 1,40,000, residential house we got 30,95,405, household is exempted, machinery is 14,000 and self-cultivated land is 10,64,000. If you add all this, you will get 43,13,405. This is our total taxable capital gain. Hope this is understandable to you. If you have any doubts, kindly mention in the comment section. Okay, next problem, one problem we will do similar type of problem with multiple assets and exemption, that is example also. Okay, so that will be our last problem in this series. So stay tuned with this channel. Thank you very much.